Just start my recording. All right. This doesn't have to be, too professional or anything. We're just having a little conversation. I don't know if you've done this before with your like past students.
I've done a few of these.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm new to this, so
Oh, I lost you.
can you see me? Oh, I think we just cut out. Hello?
Yeah, I'm back. It was me.
Okay, okay. All right. So I'm just gonna ask a couple of questions to see like what you do and stuff.
Awesome.
Let me see.
Fire away.
All right. First, can we get your name? My name is Gary Gao, and I'm a final year here at ECU. I got one more semester, and I'll be graduating.
Awesome. My name is Christopher Riddle. I am the Assistant Director for Sport Programs at Campus Rec and Wellness. And my primary duties is I am in charge of our 29 club sports teams here at the university. So I handle most of their day-to-day operations, their travel, and just help them administratively with all the functions they need to compete on and off the field.
Okay. So what do you describe what intramural is?
So intramural sports is also something that is kind of under us also, and what that is competition between students on campus. It's ECU students versus ECU students.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's designed to still be a little competitive, but also it's more recreational based. It's mostly for fun, even though we do have kind of a tournament style at the end of our seasons. Um, yeah, but it's intramurals is just ECU students competing against ECU students, which is a little different from club athletics or intra university. So like we compete against other schools in the region. So that'd be ECU students against other campuses. So like UNC Wilmington, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
We play against High Point quite a bit. Virginia Tech, UNC Charlotte, most of the other schools throughout the Southeast.
Gotcha. So, like, can you give us like an example, like you just what you do, like just regular sports, like football, baseball.
So intramurals, we try to give kind of a variety. We have kind of our core four sports or three sports.
Mm-hmm.
Um, our big ones for intramural competition is our flag football, basketball, soccer, and then we also do usually softball.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also do smaller pop-up events. Like currently we're doing pickleball. We do like beach volleyball. We also do volleyball, regular volleyball. And then we've had esports in the past. We've had dodgeball. We've had, tennis, golf. We do some NFL pick'em. So we just try to provide a variety for the students on campus to meet their recreational needs. In terms of club sports, I'd say in our history we had more club sports in the past when our budget was a little larger. Um, Currently, we only focus mainly on competitive sports. So we have everything from a competitive shooting or shotgun sports team. We have an equestrian team. Let's see, we have an ice hockey team. We have most of your normal sports,
Mm-hmm.
men's and women's lacrosse, men's and women's soccer. We also have some non-conventional ones like we have rugby. We have shotgun sports. We have swim team, tennis team, pickleball team. Then we also have ultimate frisbee team, which is a very popular one too as well. So we have just about anything that you're interested in, and we have that at the competitive club level.
Well, that sounds like really exciting. A little bit about me is so this year I recently just joined the esports side of ECU,
Okay, yeah.
and I don't know if you've spoken with the person that is the president. I'm like below that. I'm like I just
Okay.
vice president for right now.
Yeah, so we met with the group. They were starting a club and they were in the process of getting organized. So all of our club sports are student organizations first, and
Hmm.
then after they are established as a student org, they can petition to become a club sport.
Okay.
And esports was something we were kind of interested in. We were trying to push the university to get an esports arena, and we were trying to partner with people on campus. We went and toured UNC Greensboro's esports arena, which is fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go
No, no,
check
no.
them out, or
I personally went over there myself with the league team, and I basically represented ECU, and we competed
okay,
against them. I
awesome.
think this year UNCG reached out again. They're doing a smash, and then they're talking about doing like two other games that I'm probably going to go drive them out as well and try to represent us. They
Yeah.
recently just switched leaderships to me and this other person, so we have a lot on our hands. We're trying to change everything, make it more organized and more structured, stuff like that. Try to
Yeah,
try to
so
turn everything back around.
yeah, after our interview, maybe reach out, maybe
Yeah.
in the spring semester, maybe we can meet again. We'd like to. We were offering some esports for intramural based too as well. So we know it's popular. It's coming up. It's unfortunately very expensive to get into.
Yeah.
We looked at potentially building an esports arena in the student center, and you're looking at costs of around $3 to $5 million.
Yeah.
And we just didn't have the funds. So yeah, it's definitely we know it's a growing sport. We're interested in, I game a little bit, not as much as you guys do probably, but
Mm.
like I said, we do know it is becoming very popular and it's a great option too as well. So
Yeah, well, we gotta start somewhere, We gotta start small,
yep,
build the online community first, and then we talk about expanding into the bigger parts of, parts of student center and stuff like that.
right.
Yeah. Let's see. So, could you explain a little bit about your day to day, like what you do? You wake up and stuff you do like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So day to day, every day is a little different. That's what I like about this job. You kind of don't know who's going to walk in your office, what's going to come up. Like I said, we have almost 1,000 athletes. We have 960 club sport athletes. So
Mm-hmm.
um, on a day-to-day basis, most of it is meetings and getting ready for competitions on the weekends. Making sure our facility is booked, is prepped, fields are painted,
Mm-hmm.
we have the equipment needed. Do we have officials? Making sure our student staff are scheduled, making sure our athletic training knows what time the game is and they're going to be there. So there's a lot of day to day, just preparing for weekend events. Also, meetings within our departments and the university, and also a lot of most of the mornings is answering emails and like paying bills. I've got to pay our ice hockey bill for their ice time this month. We just ordered some lacrosse equipment. They're buying new jerseys, stuff like that, making sure their jerseys are approved. They've used the correct logos through the university. They followed all those guidelines. And then I say a lot of the morning is kind of just, fixing stuff that happened the past weekend or that happened the night before. Maybe, one of our gators broke. So getting, the proper paperwork filled out and getting that
Mm-hmm.
sent to the right people. And just, trying to build relationships with our club sports presidents and everybody, and making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to. So a little bit of everything daily.
I
And
see.
then also, yeah, at night I usually go out with intramural sports too. Another part of my job duties is um, we train sports officials. So I work as a high school football official, collegiate basketball, collegiate baseball umpire. Um, so part of what we do here too is also we try to train officials that can potentially work high school athletics. So especially in like football and basketball. So I'll go out and give them feedback and try to teach too as well.
That sounds exciting. It's a lot on your hands too. How do
Oh
you
yeah.
how do you manage that? You just keep everything like organized.
Um, some days I'm not the best. Some days, like I said, I have some very good students that work under me that are a little bit more organized than I am. But
Hmm.
no, yeah, a lot of stuff is through Microsoft Teams, and it's kind of you just take on what is presented to you at the time. And I kind of when I come to work, I try not. I sometimes I have a plan, but it never goes to plan. So it's usually just
Yeah.
take care of what is presented that day and then go from there. So
Well, similarly, I was part of like a game, and I had to manage that myself. So I know it's a lot, um, but it all honestly just comes down to the people and the trust in between them. Do you think that that is true? You know, like you have to trust the people that you hire to do their job correctly.
yeah, absolutely. That was something I probably struggled with when I first got here. So I took a indirect path into my current job. I actually started in the medical field and worked there for about 5 to 7 years, and then worked for myself for about 10 years.
Mm.
Um, so being back and involved with a team, and also just working with college students, I've been working with adults for several years. So getting back to working with college students, that was kind of the learning curve for me. Is you know building that trust, trusting that they're going to do what we've trained them or taught them to do. Um, and that was kind of struggle, like because things are done differently.
Yeah.
Than I was kind of in a similar position in the past, and the way we did things 10 years ago, it was definitely not the same now. Um, our use of technology and all kinds of things, but that was the biggest thing I had to adjust to is letting my staff kind of fail, like not setting them up for failure, but let them learn by doing it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
um and maybe messing it up once, but then figuring it out on their own. So that was kind of, like I said, building that trust and getting that was kind of a big thing for me
Yeah.
when I started in this position. So
Yeah. It's a bit different for online stuff. I trust the players I've like invited to play on the team, and then sometimes they show up and stuff like that. So I have to reschedule everything. It's a lot of work, definitely. Um,
yeah, for sure.
could we talk about some of the challenges? Do you have like any small or big challenges that you've dealt with before, and how'd you manage that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in our current position, with working with the university, it's there are just lots of challenges every day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Really, it's just anytime you're part of a big organization, there are, like I said, red tape or hoops or things you got to jump through. I may not know the reason. There's probably a great reason we've got to do things the way we do. May not make sense to me, but it's just, maybe it's just always been done that way, or, this person reports to that person and that's the way they want it done. So, there's always challenges there with just any big organization and all the red tape and stuff that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other challenges are usually financially, budgetarily, and things like that. University's been cutting budgets since COVID. Um, just we're dependent on student enrollments and student fees. So
Mm-hmm.
but if the university's enrollment is down 2,000 students, 2,000 times 200, and I think $60 is what our fee is. That's a significant cut to our entire building. So, um, those are kind of some of the challenges. Some other things is, just working with college students can be challenging, also very rewarding at the same time. Um, like I said, their dependability sometimes, we've had, challenges with staff and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And I say, like, especially right after COVID, people didn't have some of the skills that we needed in our department. So it was, teaching people almost from scratch, which is good because we got to mold them and teach them these skills. But so they were lacking some skills that we were kind of hoping they came to the job with.
Mm-hmm.
So finding out that we had to kind of backtrack a little bit and maybe change the way we train or change, how we do things a little bit to fit our student workforce. Um, and then there's just always little things that pop up. With travel, we've got athletes traveling to hotels, hotels and um, dealing with those type of things. There's everyday little challenges here and there. So.
Yeah. Um, do you think that ECU's changed since COVID, like improved more?
Yeah, so I attended ECU, graduated from ECU. I started here in 2002, graduated in 2007, and then again in 2009. I then came back around 2021. So um, big change since I was a student for sure. But
Uh-huh.
I came in during COVID and nobody knew what to do. Everything changed every day.
Yep.
But then I definitely say right post COVID was kind of a weird time, and then I'd say in the last year or so we've kind of come out of it. We don't even talk about some of the stupid stuff we had to do during COVID anymore. Um, but I'd say I think there's kind of some more collaboration, more people communicate on campus, and I definitely see the students are definitely kind of showing improvement and getting back to normal and stuff like that. So.
That's good. Wait. Wait. How old are you? Just
So I'll be 42 in a couple of months. So, yep.
you don't look 42 at all. I think you're getting
Oh,
your
thank you.
your
Appreciate
30s.
it.
I'm only 22 and I'm just starting to do more adult stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My students think I'm ancient, though. They asked me if I was, around during the war and did we have color television. So, but yeah. Um,
Well,
but
we
yeah, the
all we all
internet
we
just
all
came around. So,
yeah, we all make those jokes all the time.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What do you believe the future would look like? Do you have any plans for the future? Like,
About like within my role or just me personally or
I don't know, anything that you want to expect in the future to see.
oh. Um, man, the future, like it's
It's hard to say.
It's yeah, like so. Well, I'll tell you one thing I was hoping we'd have by now is like flying cars and things like that. So like, I do a lot of travel and a lot of time
Mm.
on the road. It's, it'd really be nice if I could like teleport or something like this or have
Mm-hmm.
like a drone flying car and could just, get from, Fayetteville to Greenville in 5 minutes or something like that. So, but the future, just with the university, it's going to change tremendously. I think, there's a reduction in the number of students. I think kids are finding there's different ways to learn
Mm-hmm.
with technology. I think technology is going to drive stuff and stuff's changing every day with AI. There's jobs being eliminated. Um, like a lot of our marketing students are having trouble finding jobs in marketing because you can plug it into AI and AI can come up with a whole marketing plan.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need as many graphic designers and teams of people to work on social media plans and stuff like that anymore. So like I think it's going to change the university too because there's going to be lots of ways to learn. It's already changing the way you guys study and take notes. And I used to take notes by hand, and now I see students like just record it and it can summarize it and do all these things. I was like, man, that's awesome. Um, so the university's got to change too, moving into the future because there's lots of universities just in North
Mm-hmm.
Carolina alone, and we're fighting for a smaller and smaller number of students every year, and that's what keeps universities open is we've got to have student enrollment. So, um, the university is starting to make some of those plans and try to prepare for the future and the competition for students and student dollars. Um, so I think we need to embrace technology and embrace, how we do this. ECU, the big thing when I was in school is like, hey, we're the leader in online education.
Mm-hmm.
They're the first ones to start bringing online classes and stuff like that around. Now it's pretty prevalent everywhere. So, um, I think you're going to see more of that. The medical field, I think ECU is kind of at the forefront too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when I was working there, we were the first university that had a robotic cardiac surgery. Um, one of the doctors here was, the first one to pioneer that and to perfect that. So, um, I think we definitely got to stay at the forefront. Kind of same thing with my role too. We kind of got to stay on board with trends and what students are looking for. We want to meet them where they are because they're our customers.
Mm-hmm.
So we just had a meeting as a staff, a couple weeks ago. It's like we can't stay stagnant. We got to stay on top of stuff and we got to stay ahead of it and we got to, plan for the future and we got to, think about these things
Mm-hmm.
and be really intentional. So, we're doing that with some of our recreational offerings. Like we shorten seasons because like students are like, hey, I don't want to do this for 5 weeks. I just want to do it for a couple weeks. Students don't play at the same time. When I was in school, like you want to play intramurals like 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get students to play past 8 o'clock now. They want to play like 5, 6, 7. Whereas like when I was in school, 5 o'clock, nobody played at 5 o'clock. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was like the last team to sign up. That's what you got stuck with was 5 o'clock. Um, so just small things like that, just how people have changed, how their habits have changed. So just gotta kind of recognize those things and prepare for those um, in the future. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's exciting though. That's what's cool about this job.
Yeah. Well, I hope you can trust me and the president doing the esports stuff. I think talking about AI, online stuff is going to be expanding, and we can get more attraction to ECU. But I'm only here for so much longer. But I'm just setting the foundation to whoever is up next can follow up and stuff like that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. If you had to do this job, would you still pick this industry?
Phone calling. Oh yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, I took a different path to to working where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in college, it's almost similar to now. Like the economy was starting to get really bad. The job market was really bad for college students coming out. Like, um, I just got lucky. I got hired. The place I did my internship had
Mm-hmm.
an opening, hired me because I mean it was just luck of the timing. Um, so like I said, I worked in the medical field, got burnt out after 5 or 6 years, and decided to leave and do other things. Um, so getting into this field, it was kind of like I did this all through college, and it was kind of my passion,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really realize it at the time. But then when this opportunity, came open, definitely jumped on it. And like I said, I'm really glad I did. My boss, currently John, was in this role too. He left for a couple of years and was in e-commerce for a little while. And he's come back and just, the what's great about this field is, like I said, it's exciting, it's challenging, it's rewarding. You get all those things that you need kind of personally, physically, emotionally, all the above. I have the ability to leave work if I need to and take care of stuff. I have the ability to, take care of my physical health, my mental health. Um, but it's also, like I said, very rewarding to kind of give the current college students the same experience that I got, and hopefully a better experience
Mm-hmm.
than when I was in college, because it's just that's the rewarding part is getting to work with students. They're so moldable and so you have so much passion and energy and ready to work and to change things for them too as well. So like I said, yeah, I definitely very happy I moved into this field and working where I am. So.
Yeah. Also, another thing. Okay, you talked about how you like to travel. Where's the furthest have you been, and where's the furthest have you been with a school team?
Um, so I so my goal by Christmas is I'm trying to get my passport. I've not traveled outside the country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I have been all over the United States. I've been as far as Colorado, Phoenix, Arizona. Do a lot of travel to like Florida, um, always far north is New York, Delaware, in that area. Go to Tennessee quite a bit, so Kentucky. Um, so I get to travel all over, and that's cool too. I do that primarily with my officiating job. I think the farthest some of our my club teams have been is like Puerto Rico.
Ooh.
We sent our wrestling team down there. They've been to, they'll go play SEC schools. Our hockey team just played Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
um, Georgia. They'll go down there too. We've sent teams to Texas. So yeah, they get to see a little bit of the United States.
That's exciting. I plan on going to New York this winter and see family and friends. And I just love the cold. I don't know if you do or not, but
No, no, not really that. So I just went to Ohio for Thanksgiving, and yeah, it was too cold up there.
yeah, I have family up there and I go visit them once a year. So yeah, and see friends again. But yeah, most of my friends are up in New York. I spent most of my summers there. I played basketball, volleyball, whatever. Played had
Yeah,
tennis. It's very
nice.
diverse. Yeah, and the furthest I've been is I grew up in China for 4 years. I was a little
Yeah, okay.
baby, and then I came back for elementary school to study English and stuff like that. Um,
hmm
but I don't remember much. But I do plan on going back with my families. Sometimes after I graduate. Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend it. I mean, I'm starting to travel internationally too. So, my wife was set to she was going to be an athletic trainer for the Chinese national team.
Whoa.
Um, but she ended up not going. But she had planned to. But yeah, she's the one. She's been to Australia and Europe and all those places. So hopefully I'll make it there one day.
What's the one place that you want to go on the other side of the world?
I would love to travel to Australia for sure. The other big one is like Italy,
Mm.
Italy, Greece, that area of the Mediterranean. So, and maybe Brazil. I think Brazil's kind of. So I'm a big F1 fan. I've gotten into
Mm.
Formula One racing recently. So, um, kind of love watching the races and where they are. Like they're in Qatar and they're in Abu Dhabi and some of
Mm-hmm.
those places. So, be cool to see some of those spots too as well.
Dude, I would love to go see F1. I don't know if you like enjoy looking at cars. A bunch of guys do. I don't know. I like cars myself. I don't know anything about it, but just the way it looks is just really cool. Especially like in Japan, their cars are like
Yeah.
insane. What they do to modify it, stuff like that.
Yeah, I was a Nissan guy for a long time, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Um, do you have any advice for someone looking to get into this industry that you're in?
Yeah, so I mean, my advice is pretty simple. We try not to specialize too early. You're that's my advice to anybody. Try different things in your field, whatever field it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just the sports field, there's lots of things you can be. You can be in charge of the facility. You can be a programmer, kind of like I am. You can be an athletic director. You can, um, be in charge of grounds. You can be a player agent. You can be a coach. You can be an athletic trainer. You can be, you know, the trainers, the weightlifting coaches, all those. There's lots of different things. So I always tell people, don't peg with one certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the medical field too, they always said that with nurses. Nurses always like, oh, I want to work in labor delivery or this section, and then they try it and then they hated it, and it's like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
Um, so always try different things. Also, you gain so much experience from trying different things. There's lots of skills. I never knew my skills as a referee were going to help me in this job. Or, I volunteered with running tournament administration, and I actually have a little bit of broadcasting experience. Never knew that was going to be a big deal for my job here.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere you go, you get valuable experience, and it's stuff you can bring with you to when you do find your place. And just if you have lots of experiences, it's kind of like a baseball coach. The player that's more valuable to a baseball coach is a guy that can play multiple positions, not the guy I can only pitch or I
Mm-hmm.
can only play catcher. So like I said, I try different things, try different any field you're going into, whether if it's computers or whatever, maybe you don't like IT security, maybe you like being the programmer or the coder or whatever. try different things because, like you said, you're gonna get experience and knowledge from all those different ones that'll definitely help you.
Yeah,
So
I totally agree with you on this because I was just trying out new stuff online, and I there was this esports team. They were looking for a caster, and I tried it out and actually enjoyed talking about the game and how fast talk about players and stuff like that.
yeah,
It's really fun once you get into it, you know.
yeah, you never know where to lead you
Mhm.
or the connections you'll make. So like I have connections in broadcasting. I have connections with, with fields or coaches or, referees and, it's everybody's interconnected and it's all about relationships and um, you may yes, you've been esports gaming and doing that stuff, but maybe you turn into an esports broadcaster. You never know,
Yeah.
where the road might lead you to. So, like I said, my road was kind of like that with where I am. I started out, this is what I did in college.
Mhm.
Never thought I'd be doing it professionally when I got out of college. I thought I was going to be in the medical field.
Right.
But here I am 15 years later. I'm doing what I was doing in college and absolutely love it and don't know why I didn't do it sooner. But like I said, the road led me down the path I was supposed to go to. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess if I enjoy doing the stuff I do right now, then it's not really considered working.
yeah, no, so like I say, I don't consider this work. Like this is stuff I enjoy doing. So um,
Yeah.
like I handle a lot of logistics.
Mhm.
They kind of joke at work like I'm the logistics guy. So like when we have a club game, I'm the guy that like do we have the scoreboard? Do we have the batteries? Do we have the, this, that, the other? So that's just it's what I love doing. So
Yeah, I've been coaching online stuff as well and managing that. It's definitely a lot on my hand, but now I have more people that are interested in this, and I can relax a bit, be more flexible,
yeah.
depend on them.
I my dad always said, find something you enjoy and then find a way to get paid for it. So
Yeah, I grew up as a restaurant worker. I started like very young because I don't know if you know the stereotypical Asians. They make you work really young. It is true. My parents put me to work at like 10, and then started working in restaurant. And now I know a bit about managing it. So now my mom can just relax. Actually, she's going to Dubai this winter, and I have to take over the restaurant for a bit. But after that, I get to do whatever I want.
yeah, but I mean, don't discount that. Make sure you put that on your resume because like you're managing people, you're
Mhm.
managing staff or a kitchen or front of the house or back of the house, and
Mhm.
maybe you got a chef that's difficult to handle or those are all skills that are just gonna help you moving forward.
Yeah. Have you met anyone famous? I mean, just you know.
Someone asked me that the other day. I mean, I've been around lots of athletes
Mhm.
and stuff. I'd say I don't know. They asked me. I ate dinner at the same restaurant as Dustin Hoffman one time. He was in there.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I've met Michael Jordan a couple times. Um,
That's pretty
so
cool.
and people, how what are celebrities? I was like, man, most of them are just like you and me. They put their pants on the same way. It's just they've either made a lot more money or a lot of people know them or something like that. So some of them are down to earth and some of them are just those big-headed celebrities that can't get near. But yeah, most of them are really really pretty good.
Yeah. Same thing with me competing as well. I've definitely met some professionals. I've played the game and stuff like that. It's really different. I think I really want to just point that out that competitive play and team play as like collegiate is like way different than anything else. You can be more selfish playing by yourself, and then when it comes to team, it's just like, oh, you got to actually depend on them and trust them into executing stuff.
Yeah. So what are the games that you're currently involved with?
So right now, hold up. I can pull it up. For ECU, we are currently doing Valorant, which is the big one. We
Yeah.
did League of Legends. We have
Yeah,
a
that was
Marvels
the big one.
tournament.
I was
We have Overwatch,
so
and we have fighting games for now.
okay.
But next semester is mainly going to be Valorant and Overwatch, since we have a LAN tournament, and then it's going to be streamed. online. I'm gonna try to attend both of them, but I'm gonna be competing in one of them because I'm still on the team. I still wanna have fun, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah. I have one more question about just about jerseys. Who do I contact for that? Because I would love to have some of the players to have some jerseys when they go travel.
Trying to get the esport jerseys going.
Yeah.
Um, so we have some partners on campus. BSN Sports is our primary jersey supplier. Um, they are approved to use university logos and stuff like that. As a student org, you can do that as well. Um, so I like so we have a contact, but BSN Sports is our kind of our primary. You can go through anybody you want.
Hmm.
It is kind of up to your supplier to submit logos for approval and things like that. Um, but like I said, BSN is who we use primarily. So yeah.
So do I just contact them once the team is ready for their name and stuff?
Yeah, they'll kind of they'll show you some options.
Okay.
We I think I can send you our contact.
Yes, please.
I think he just changed. So ECU Athletics is now going back to BSN Athletics. So they're going to be our primary uniform supplier
Hmm.
for athletics as well. So I think Tyler, who was our account manager, is now got athletics, and then I think they've had another contact email a lot of my club teams.
Hmm.
So I can forward you that information. He'll just send you a catalog, say, hey, pick out, tell me what your vision is, and he'll kind of do some mock-ups, and then um, like I said, they are approved though through the collegiate licensing and everything, so
Hmm.
they should be able to do just about anything you want. There's lots of guidelines and style guidelines for use of ECU logos, so
Hmm.
just have to follow all those rules and get those approved. But they usually can work with you pretty good.
Well, I'm excited to get some jersey to be able to wear one and get my team to wear one, represent us.
Yeah. So I think some of my I don't have our hockey one in here.
Hockey. I in high
Yeah, we
school.
just
I
got a
high.
hockey jersey.
That's pretty good.
But
That's pretty good.
this is our ultimate club, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff, but these are not really approved. But
I mean, it
this
looks
is
good.
their I think this is their Grateful Dead shirt.
Uh.
So all of our clubs have to have this club patch
Uh
on their
huh.
jersey.
Uh huh.
Um, I think this is their throwback to their national championship jersey.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm excited. Um, I don't think I have much more to talk about. If I have any questions, I guess I'll just email you.
Yeah, feel free to email me, or we can do another Teams call or anything you need to do.
Yep.
So
Well, sounds good. Thank you for attending this. I appreciate it.
yeah, Gary, absolutely. Best of luck to you with the rest of the semester and as you graduate. But yeah, if you need anything, just feel free.
Thank you.
Email me, contact me.
Thank you.
So,
Uh huh.
all right, have a good afternoon.
You too. Bye bye.